This is Jupiter, our largest planet in the solar system. Jupiter is the fifth planet from the Sun, and was the planet that formed earliest in the solar system. Jupiter is 90% hydrogen, while the rest is mainly helium, although there are other trace gases found in it. Jupiter's gravity is very strong, so strong in fact that it has saved Earth many times from asteroids by slingshotting them away, or even colliding with them. Jupiter takes just under 12 years to orbit once, so if you live long enough, Jupiter could orbit 6 or 7 times before you die. Jupiter is one of the few objects you can see in the night sky with the naked eye, and everything past Saturn you can't see. Jupiter is incredible when looked at with a telescope. Jupiter could have actually been a lot closer to the Sun, as it began migrating in the early solar system. However, Saturn formed during this time, and pulled Jupiter back out and stabilized its position.
Jupiter is the host of 4 iconic moons, the Galilean moons, discovered by Galileo Galilei in the 1600s. This one is Io, the second smallest of the 4. Io is the most volcanically active object in the solar system, due to tidal forces causing strain on Io.
Io is the closest moon of the 4 moons, orbiting every 1.8 days, which is also its rotational period, due to tidal locking. Io's yellow color comes from its volcanic activity, which ejects sulfur and sulfur dioxide across its surface, turning it yellow. Io's atmosphere is very thin, made up of the sulfur regularly spewed out by its volcanoes. Let's move on to the next Galilean moon, one covered in a thick sheet of ice.
This is Europa, the second closest Galilean moon to Jupiter and the smallest of the 4, at a size just under our own moon's size. Europa is covered by a thick ice sheet, which some believe covers a liquid ocean of water deep below, possibly hosting life. No evidence has confirmed this yet. Europa also has a very thin atmosphere like Io, however it's primarily oxygen rather than sulfur. The theory of the underground ocean is because Europa's surface appears smooth and young, and that this ocean exists due to tidal flexing. Europa orbits every 3.5 days, tidally locked to Jupiter, with an orbit very circular, although it isn't a perfect circle. The lines found on Europa's surface are called lanae, which are a result of the icy surface moving. Let's move on to one of Europa's larger siblings, with one of the most cratered surfaces for a moon.
Callisto. This moon has 142 craters, the most out of any moon, showing an incredible amount of collisions will have taken place. Callisto is the second largest Galilean moon, and the third largest in the entire solar system, behind Saturn's Titan. Callisto is 99% the size of Mercury, although it only has a third of its mass. There are only 2 moons bigger than Mercury. Evident by the number of craters, Callisto's surface is the oldest in the entire solar system, with no signs of volcanic activity or geologic activity. Callisto's surface has very low levels of radiation, which has led to astronomers believing it to possibly host a future human base. Callisto is another moon hypothesized to have an underground ocean that formed early in its life. Callisto is the outermost of the Galilean moons, orbiting every 16.4 days, and is also tidally locked. Now we move on to the largest moon of the 4 and is the third from Jupiter out of them.
is Ganymede, the largest natural satellite in the solar system, which is larger than Mercury. Ganymede is the only known moon to have a magnetosphere, magnetic field, although Ganymede's atmosphere is thin and comprises of mainly oxygen. It orbits just over every 7 days and is tidally locked to Jupiter. Ganymede, Europa and Io orbit in a resonance of 124. Although larger than Mercury, it's only 45% as massive, but is still the 10th most massive object in the solar system, including the Sun. In 2023, Ganymede is planned to be visited by JUICE, as it flies by 3 of the moons, before entering orbit around Ganymede. Although Galileo had spotted the 4 moons on January 7, 1610, he only came to the conclusion that they were moons on January 15, 1610.
Back to Jupiter, you may have seen this big blob on it. This is Jupiter's Great Red Spot, a storm that has been raging for 300 years. Although it is small on Jupiter, it is slightly smaller than Earth's diameter, and has been shrinking for some time now. Jupiter does in fact have rings. However, they're too faint to see even with a telescope, but the JW telescope recently got an image of them. Jupiter's magnetosphere is the strongest in the solar system, behind the Sun of course, and at Jupiter's poles, there are permanent bright aurorae. Thanks so much for watching. I plan to make one of these videos once a week, so if you enjoyed, subscribe for more. I upload daily shorts too. See you next week.